Phase 4 of the MCU and the 30th film overall in the Marvel Cinematic Universe has finally arrived home on DVD, Blu-ray, 4K Ultra HD, and of course, a 4K Steelbook. Hey everyone, Joe here from the Collection Company, and welcome back to another Steelbook unboxing for you today, and a DVD unboxing, a home media showcase, if you mind. Today we are taking a look at Marvel Studios' Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. It's still, first of all, number one fact, it's been 30 films in the MCU. It's 2023. It's now the 15-year anniversary of Marvel Studios this year. And the fact that it is 30 films, I have 30 DVDs now of the MCU. I'm 28 into the Steelbooks. It's crazy to think about that. It really is. And the fact that, you know, this film has been very much debated and questionable before its release, because as many of you know, sadly, we lost Chadwick Boseman back in 2020. We knew this film was happening, so what was that film going to look like sans Chadwick Boseman? And I think for me, just to get ahead of the review, I thought it was great. It was definitely one of my top 3 in Phase 4. And honestly, they did such a great job with what the limitations were for this film, the challenges they had to do. There's so much on their plate to handle, and I think they landed the mark nearly perfectly. I was so happy when I got to see this back in November, and finally coming home for home media to wrap up Phase 4 for good. I mean, for me, I still have one more thing to collect from Phase 4, but besides that, for a majority of people, this is the final release for Phase 4. And just to say that alone is just, you know, again, baffling, since, again, it wasn't that long ago, almost 2 years ago, where we were waiting for Phase 4. You know, Phase 4 had yet to even start. And now here we are at the end of Phase 4. You know, it's been a long road to get there. It's been a very long road. But now here we are. And also next week, we're going to start Phase 5 in theaters, obviously, for Quantumania. But that's a video for another time. But for now, let's get into it. I want to showcase you all what you can get for Wakanda Forever now that it hits shelves everywhere that locally sells any sort of home media. So first we have the DVD. So this is the standard home media that you're going to get, or you can purchase. This is going to go for about, right now, I bought it for $18. It's going to normally go for $20. So cover-wise, this is reusing the theatrical poster, which honestly, I really did dig it. It was the main Wakanda cast with the new Black Panther helmet, and underneath you have Namor, the main... It's not really he's a villain, but more the main antagonist force in the movie. But regardless of that, I really did like it, and its lopsidedness. I really did enjoy that. It was very unique. Side profile there, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. I did like that it's more emphasized. This is a Black Panther movie per se, but this is about Wakanda and how did they handle things in the wake of T'Challa's death. On the back, it's just pictures from the movie, and that's basically it. There's not really anything else. No special features as always, so you're basically spending almost $20 just for the movie, which honestly, it is worth it. I do believe this is a movie that's worth the $20 price point. It is a nearly, not a 3-hour movie per se. It's one of the longest MCU movies to date. So you are paying for that extra runtime. But so for me personally, I would recommend you purchase it. I really do. But before we get into like our 4K Steelbook version, we have a ton of other ones. Obviously, there's the regular Blu-ray version, and then of course you have the 4K Ultra HD that you can pick up at Target. That's so that's labeled as Cinematic Universe Edition. The cover with that one is really cool. And then you have the Walmart version, which has the exclusive pin. And again, if it wasn't for me and George with the Steelbook, I would have definitely gotten the Walmart version, as well as if I was closer to a Walmart. But Walmart's here in New York or in Long Island or further upstate. I'm not going to go that far for a piece of home media. I'm really am not. But they do come with very exclusive pins, which are pretty cool to collect if you have them. And then, of course, you have the 4K Steelbook themselves. Now, over here, we have the one of 2 Steelbooks. That's right, you heard me correctly. There were 2 Steelbooks released for Black Panther Wakanda Forever exclusively by Best Buy. Apparently, they did a Pokemon thing where like they did 2 separate arts. So this one you have right here is the Wakandan Steelbook. So this has all the main characters from Wakanda. So you have Shuri, you have Ramona, you have M'Baku, Okoye, and... damn, I forgot her last name. I was so close! So close to the end. But yeah, so... that's what you would get. That's the cover art for this one, and on the back side you get the rest of the Dora Milaje in battle mode from the movie. And inside you get the disc, as always, and the inside picture art is for when the Dora Milaje are heading off to go fight the Talican in the final battle of the movie. The one weird thing that I have to say before I get to the supposed comparison to the other one, so for the J card, it was weirdly printed as it was a smaller. I don't know if that was the ones I got. All the ones I've seen in person has the smaller one, but the one in the Steelbook, the top one's much bigger. So it was protruding out. I'm not sure if that was they did the wrong one. If they did the wrong, maybe they did the 4K or the Blu-ray as like the mold, and then they by accident were like, ah crap, we printed all these out. We got to use them somehow. I'm not sure if that was a mistake or them being cheap. I'm not really sure 100%, but either way, a lot of the packaging, if you're trying to keep it in pristine condition for whatever reason you want to, let's just say, yeah, you're in for quite a pickle. I'll just say that much. Anywho, so the other version is the Talokin version, which honestly, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, that was the one I wanted. I went to 3 separate Best Buys to purchase them, and for some weird reason, now again, this is me being cheap. I didn't want to pay for shipping, and I wanted this video in time, decently enough, around the time of release. So I ended up trying to do what I usually do when it comes to the Marvel Steelbook, or just any Steelbook in general. I do store pickup. So I would go and pick up the DVD, pick up the Steelbook in person, so I don't have to pay shipping or anything. I just go myself and then get there, which honestly, it's going to even out anyway, because like, you know, for me, I have to pay myself to get the bus in time and everything. So I guess it kind of equals out, but for me, I'm just being lazy and just not using my money specifically on the Steelbook or anything. So the Talokin version, literally the day before I decided to store pickup it turns out, nope, no store pickup. It's only in-store only, so it's basically first come, first serve, which kind of pissed me the hell off, because I'm like, why would you purposely lock behind the exclusive, which I get what they were trying to do, I get it. But yeah, so I went there, I was told they had plenty in stock on the day of release, and I went there, and it turns out, oh no, sorry, we sold out in an hour. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? I mean, I'm not surprised, but I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. So I went to another store the next day, and they also had the same thing. We're like, oh no, we have 4 in stock. I literally rushed over there. I got there, and apparently what pissed me off more is that some guy also bought it, but not because he bought it like, you know, he beat me to the punch. No, apparently he store picked up it, but I was so confused, like, how do you store pick up it if you weren't able to do it on the website? Like, how did he do it? I almost like ran up to the dude and asked him, but regardless of the case might be, I lost my opportunity to get this, so that really does suck. And by this point, I given up already. You know, I have my limits, I have my iffiness, and again, I was bummed because like the Talokin version looks more dynamic in colors. It looks more stylistic to what I wanted to do. And no offense to this one, I feel like a comparison between the two of them, I feel like I'm gonna give Disney finally credit that, at least for the Steelbook side of thing, they finally got off their ass. They finally released something worthwhile instead of just reusing the poster, which again, I know they've used at every literal point, but like, I think since Ant-Man and the Wasp, I think that was the last time they actually made some original art for the Steelbook, in my opinion. I think I could be wrong though. But anywho, I was so bummed, and like here was like, this was great, and like, but for me, I wasn't gonna collect both of them because that's a 30. I'm double dipping with the movie, because I buy the DVD and the 4K Steelbook. But for me, that also having to accept the fact that like, wait, there's a second version out there and that I have to buy, I'm like, no, absolutely not. But the Talokin version is the superior one. If you can get your hands on it, I would highly recommend it if you are luckier than me to go pick one up. But with this one specifically, I like the colors. They're popping. If I have to say a different wording about that, I like the blue on it. I really did. Kind of weird, there is no like, Shuri's Black Panther is not on it for some reason. I know Shuri's the primary focus, and I guess they still want to keep Shuri being Black Panther a secret until like you actually see the movie. But here's the thing, everyone knows about it, so I'm like, I really don't know why you're trying to hide it. Usually by this point, if you're buying the whole media, especially the Steelbook, you're obviously a super fan, so you know that you already know the movie already. So like, I don't know what the case might be, but either or, that's just how it is, and you know, that's just kind of how it's going to be, to be honest with you. Also, before I forget, there's a brand new Black Panther 1 Steelbook, also exclusively at Best Buy. It's a new, kind of like a remastered Steelbook that's more in line with the new Wakanda Forever one. It's a cool addition to the collection. I didn't buy it because I already have Black Panther 2 times. I have the regular original release and, of course, the Mondo, so I don't really need another one. This marks the 4th overall Steelbook for Black Panther 2018 in terms of the mainstream America side. Of course, obviously there's Weebot and the other international Steelbook, but in terms of like the core United States Steelbooks, or the core ones that most collectors accept, it is the 4th one. You can get it also from Best Buy for $29. Again, it looks really cool, and if I didn't have Black Panther already, I would have definitely picked it up. And if you haven't not yet gotten your hands on Black Panther in terms of like the first movie Steelbook, because the other two versions are like very expensive and very hard to find nowadays, you can go check it out there. That link will be in the description as well. But going back into Wakanda Forever in terms of just finishing up the whole media side of things, for me, I think this go around was way better. Definitely, I thought it was a much more improvement to Love and Thunder. And again, yeah, I know I'm saying that just because based on the Steelbook presentation, it was great. I personally did not like my own personal experience with trying to get the Steelbooks. I really did not. But that was just my personal opinion, as well as, of course, bringing in Black Panther 1 in terms of like a brand new Steelbook. I think that's a cool idea to do. Is like, whenever they're doing like these new releases with the new movie, maybe they'll go back and redo some old Steelbooks, because yeah, when they were redoing everything, or at least they were the original run before I think things really got more picked up with the collector's market, it's still more difficult to find. It wasn't even that much in the quantity sense. So definitely them trying to do that, and also give it a new paint style, make it more along the lines of, you know, how the new one would be a better way to like get some more money going. As well. And they don't even have to reprint the discs. I'm pretty sure they probably have warehouses of those discs somewhere, so I'm like, yeah, reuse them. We know they use that in other forms of home media as well, so we know it can be possible. I thought that's a cool idea. Whether or not they'll do it for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, when that eventually comes to the home media, we'll see. Or maybe it was just a one-up just to celebrate Chadwick and the Black Panther films. That's up in the air. We'll see how things go in the future. But overall, I think the home media side of things this time around was much better. A considerable improvement. Hopefully this trend will continue and like actually invest in at least the Steelbook side of things, like actually putting more money into that division, because again, it is a fairly expensive hobby to get into. You know, $35, $38, $40 for a Steelbook is not cheap when you're adding them. And you can look above me before, like I've already spent like almost $2,000 on this entire collection so far, and I'm still going. There's still more for me to get. But in terms of that, great improvement by Disney all around. Into the film side of things, the actual film, I thought it was great. Again, I've mentioned this before at the top. Wakanda Forever is in my top 3 for Phase 4. It's number 3 next to No Way Home and Shang-Chi. I definitely love the movie a lot. The runtime was a bit noticeable at the end. I feel like they could have maybe shaved off, not even that much, like 5 or 10 minutes personally, but going into this movie, me and my friends always, you know, questioned like how they were going to do it, how were they going to land this ship, because not only did they have to make Black Panther 2, they had to respect Chadwick's legacy, they also had to set up a whole new Black Panther, set up all, of course, these new webs, not just for the Black Panther storyline, but also the larger MCU, as we know, as well as introducing a whole new major component into, hopefully, future MCU project with Namor. And they just did so. There was just so much, and as well as they have to make a great movie. You know, the first Black Panther was amazing, and so like, how were you going to follow that up? What was going to be the challenge there? And for me personally, Wakanda Forever did not reach up to the heights of Black Panther 1. But however, that doesn't mean it's a worse movie. It just means they still. They didn't it's so hard to, like, when you do sequels, it's so hard, because there's a reason why you're getting a sequel, because the first one was so freaking good that it reached a standard where, like, yeah, I could see more of this world. But then when you get to the sequel, it's hard to kind of replicate, if at some time trying to improve that success. It can be very hard. And for me personally, I was like, yeah, they definitely had a lot on their plate, and they definitely succeeded on everything. Not everything was perfect. I'm not saying that at all, but I'm still saying like what they were able to achieve in their runtime, in that theater experience, was well done. That everything was what was, you know, crossed off to a T. That everything was, you know, exactly the way it should have been. I would be remiss to say like I didn't, you know, get emotional at certain points, because again, like, Chadwick was such a influential part to the Marvel Universe as well as to the larger world. Of course, obviously, he was loved by family and friends, and definitely crafting this film to honor the work he had put into the MCU by that point, and then trying to not only acknowledge it, respect it, and then carry it over for more generations to come. Was the challenge, like the main challenge for them to do, you know, because like the MCU could wait, like, you know, setting up the larger picture with obviously minor spoilers. They're setting up Thunderbolts. Obviously, they're going to set up a Black Panther 3. They're going to set up what is Wakanda's place in the world post this movie. There was so much they had to set up there, and definitely they really did not have to do any of that. Like, if it was just really just an emotional journey with Shuri figuring out her purpose post her family's death. It was definitely, I would have seen that regardless, you know. But definitely Marvel did what it does best, manages to make a great story stand on its own 2 feet, as well as fit into a larger picture. And I believe Wakanda Forever deserves so much respect, so much praise. Shout out to Ryan Coogler again for nailing another film. He's only just adding to his repertoire, and you know, this is not the end of the Wakandan side of the MCU. We know there's a Disney Plus show in the work. I'm no doubt that they are going to work on a Black Panther 3 at some point in the future. Obviously, Black Panther as a character will return at some point. But for me, yeah, for this film, I really recommend it. I really enjoyed it so much, and yeah, it's not on the queue to rewatch anytime soon. That runtime was a bit long in the teeth. I still have a lot of other stuff to do, but what I can say is that Wakanda Forever is well worth the watch. It's well worth the purchases, whether you're going to buy it on DVD or on Blu-ray, the standard 4K, or even the 4K Steelbook. It is very well worth the investment, and that is the best recommendation I can give you for that. So remember, if you're unaware, you can go buy everything for Black Panther Wakanda Forever right now at your local retailer. You can buy the DVD at Target. You can buy the Blu-ray at Target and Best Buy. The 4K Ultra HD regular edition over at Target and Best Buy. You can also buy the special pin edition at Walmart, and you can buy one, I would say both, but let's be honest, the Talican Steelbook's probably long gone at this point. Either of the Black Panther Wakanda Forever Steelbooks only at Best Buy. But yeah, let me know in the comments below, what did you pick up this past week for Black Panther Wakanda Forever? Did you also pick up the special edition Black Panther 1 Steelbook edition? Let me know in the comments below. But again, thank you so much for watching. So if you're unaware, thank you again for tuning in to another MCU Steelbook unboxing or DVD unboxing, or however you want to classify this as. Thank you so much. Next time around, I think we'll be back for Quantumania. I think that will be the next Steelbook thing. I'm not so sure. Like, a lot of things are kind of delayed with like the murkiness of like just how the world is with releases right now and then. But I believe when we do come back, it'll be for Quantumania. But again, thank you so much for watching again. It's also, I don't know why I'm trying to drag this out even more. So it's just you know, it's crazy that this is the 30th MCU film. I believe this is my 23rd. Yeah, my 23rd overall DVD unboxing for the MCU in just the history of my life. It's crazy. But again, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you have not. Like, favorite, share if you want to. And as well as ring the bell. Follow us on social media. But until we see each other, and for all you Marvel fanatics out there, thank you so much for watching. Until we see each other again, stay safe out there. Be good to each other. And as always, peace out.